Hey everybody, it's Jeff here once again with Entrepreneur Essentials here at T-Werx, and we are here with my friend Cece Mullen today, and she's going to talk a lot about what she does, and she's got a fascinating business and has been doing it for a long time and is really making some really unique tacks in her business and moving into some different areas. So, this is a great example of the fact that you don't always have to continue to do the exact same thing, and if your business is going to evolve, you have to continue to evolve with what's going on in the world and what is of interest to you at those times. As always, right down below me is our subscription button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel because we've got some tricks coming out, which are some tips, tricks, and bonus things that if you are not a subscriber to the channel, you aren't going to get to see. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you'll get those updates, and when we have some of that private bonus content, you'll get it and other people won't. Cece.
Thank you, Jeff.
How are you today?
I'm delighted to be here.
I'm glad you're here.
Very excited about
Just
this.
saw you yesterday in our
Yes,
coaching group,
right.
and you're doing so fantastic with your business. Tell us a little bit about your business and what you've been doing, and then a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey.
Okay. So I am, my title is the Collaboration Architect, and that's because it's all about helping people in companies collaborate with each other more effectively to accomplish the objectives of the company, their individual objectives, the objectives of the team, because everything is created with collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it on our own. I've tried, it does not
it doesn't
work.
Yeah.
So consequently, it's all about the collaboration. And if we can collaborate more effectively and set up systems, set up processes, set up how do you talk to somebody, to do that, it makes a huge difference.
Sure.
So that's what I started out to do 30 years ago, and which is a little bit embarrassing, but it's true.
It's not.
And what happened was I was in San Antonio, and I couldn't find anybody to hire me to do what I wanted to do, which was to work with companies on setting up the people that worked in them to be successful.
Okay.
So both the company and the people that worked in them. And nobody would hire me to do it because it didn't really exist, so I hired myself.
Perfect.
And worked in San Antonio with manufacturers, doing new and cool things like team-based pay, all sorts of interesting learnings, and helping them, companies adopt those new ways of being there. And then in 2000, I went to Austin. So, and from there it's been entrepreneurs, even more entrepreneurs in Austin. Smaller businesses, high tech, you name it.
Yeah.
So what I really enjoy, and the entrepreneurial journey has been and continues to be a huge adventure. The good news is I really like adventure. Thank goodness, because it is an adventure.
It's every day. It's an adventure.
It is a huge adventure, and it's gotten a lot more interesting in the last couple of years. As I've discovered new ways and new places I want to go with it, new services I want to offer. I've discovered the Accelerate program via you, and how to actually change my whole business model.
Yeah.
So
and it's been fun watching. It's been fun watching that adjustment that you've made, because coming from that world that you basically were in a commodity business, effectively doing compensation consulting, to taking it to this next level. So talk a little bit about that piece of the business, how the new business really is differing from the compensation side, or maybe it's just an extension of.
In a way, it's an extension, because when people know that they're in the right place in a company, that they're fairly paid, and where they can progress, they're 450% more satisfied and productive. So you've created win-win.
It's a big number.
Right there.
Yeah.
It is a big number. And when you put in compensation infrastructure and clear career paths and fair pay and all that, it motivates all that. But you still have people that don't know how to communicate to each other.
Okay.
I've been studying how our brain works. Do you know that every 5 seconds we're asking ourselves, am I safe? Only we don't hear the question, we're just reacting.
Yep.
So when we can put safety, just by the way we talk with each other, into how we collaborate, how we communicate, it has a huge difference.
Sure.
We've got full, capable people involved. We don't have lizards running around.
Yep.
So it's really important. So for the last couple of years, I've been studying the brain. I've been studying how do you communicate differently, how do you respect each other? How do you actually create things together? Things like taking a really small company and a production assistant who was very adversarial to the owner, and showing them how to work together and support each other, that completely changed how they worked. And the company is now much more profitable. And the owner is a lot more relaxed and happy. So it's that sort of thing that I'm thrilled to be bringing to companies now.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I see the smile on your face every time you talk about it, because it's such a cool part of, hey, I've done all the research to get to this point, and that the differentiator is I'm not just a compensation consultant. I am the collaborative architect. That's it. There is only one of me, and I think that's where you're able to differentiate.
Well, and it's always been about create win-win.
Yeah.
Always. And that's always been my focus. Don't help people have engaged, joyful, productive, contributing work, because they go to it every day.
Yeah.
And help companies succeed and make the world a better place.
Well, and it's kind of interesting that when you were talking about your original business idea, that's kind of what you were thinking about when you started this whole thing, and it just took you a while for the world to catch up to you of where you were thinking. So that's a cool part about it, and I'm sure in the back of your head, all those compensation things that you did over the years, you were probably giving some of this away for free, as you were formulating that as it goes.
Yeah, helping.
That's exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited myself.
Now let's talk about the fast 5 questions.
Sure.
All right, first off, you wake up in the morning, you have no business, went away, have all the knowledge in your head, $500 in your pocket, laptop, computer, place to live. What do you do first?
Take several deep breaths.
Okay.
In a way, celebrate, because this could be really fun and another adventure. Then I contact people in my LinkedIn and set up appointments to meet with them. Find out what's really working well for them around their people and collaboration, what isn't working, what's getting in their way, because I may be able to help them, or I may know other people who can help them. So I set up all those appointments, and I go hiking for 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
I let everything kind of settle, process, get really excited about this discovery I'm going to be on. Because I'm highly curious. Like I said, I like to find out things. I like to treasure hunt. I like to find out what's going to work for people. And then I come back and I start having my meetings.
Awesome.
And I have no idea who I'll end up collaborating with, or what it could look like, or what sort of business model, or anything else.
Only a true entrepreneur would answer that question that way. Just, hey, I'm going to let it happen, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
What's your biggest business or entrepreneurial mistake that you've made?
Not continuing to market.
Okay.
So when I get involved on a project with a client, I am all in.
Yeah.
And I drop off. What doesn't happen is the meetings, the networking, the meetings, the contacts, the email.
Yep.
And then I emerge from that project, and if there's not another one, I maybe have a brief window, and it's like, whoops, what do I do now?
Yep.
So that is something I have consistently mistake I've continued to make, that I'm really excited about the Accelerate program
About
and
having
making
the
this
automation of it,
technology and automation, because I mean, if any of you are even considering it, it gives you the automation, it gives you the tools, so you don't have to make it happen on your own. So it's huge, yeah. It's just
totally.
huge.
Well, but I think the other part about, going through Accelerate has also helped you to really figure out what this is.
Yes.
Because remember our conversations at the beginning were, hey, this is 2 separate businesses, and really it's not.
Right.
Exactly. It's an extension of, or I think actually the compensation piece is an extension of the collaboration more. It's just a tool that you use to reach that compensation, the collaborative part in the end. So, it's been fun to see this journey for you of this kind of constant movement and change and understanding who you really are and getting comfortable in your own skin. And then the automation, I mean, that's easy. You just
I
set
can't
that up
wait.
and let it go and
Yeah.
let it run in the background while you're doing all that. So.
And to me, that's because I've talked to a couple of my other entrepreneur friends, and many of us suffer from that. We're so into it, we forget about the setting up the next one. So anything that helps.
When you're really good at one thing, and then there's this whole business thing that's on the other side that you have to run too, and so it's like I said, I think it's going to be a huge benefit for you down the road here. What's a good book that you'd recommend for an entrepreneur?
I read a lot of books. I subscribe to a lot of blogs. There's one single source when I thought about the Harvard Business Review. The Harvard Business Review is the monthly. I read the monthly magazine because I like reading the paper, but you get it online as well. It is a source of what's new, what's new behaviorally, what's new organizationally, what's new in business, what's working, what's not working. They'll report on the gig economy. They'll report on the latest brain research. They'll report on how happiness actually makes a difference in productivity, which is really cool. All of that. And then you can go you can go to the books. I often order books based on the article.
On the articles that are out there.
But this keeps me current. Then you can go online and keep digging, which I sometimes do, to all the details. Then there is a tool called readitfor.me. It is a synopsis of books.
I love that.
Yes, I do too. And I don't read it every week, but if I'm looking I have a book in mind and I can go find the synopsis. Yeah. It's so easy.
Well, I mean, I'm of the theory, and even being a writer, I'm of the theory that most books are one or two really good concepts and a lot of fluff to make it feel like it's actually usable. Yeah. So if you can get the synopsis of it, yes, if I need more information, I can dig in a little bit deeper.
I can go get them. There's some books I get because I really do underline everything, or I want to keep rereading them and rereading them.
Exactly.
I like Read It For Me. It's awesome.
I love it. It's fantastic. Yeah. What's a tool you use in your business every day?
There's several. Focus at Will.
Okay.
Which is an amazing, customized to how your brain works, music selection that you can play.
I think I told you about that.
You told me about it. I'm using it every day. So I just told someone else about it again today. You customize to how your brain works, and then you hit play, and you have this music playing while you're working, and it's reassuring, it's comforting, it's focusing. It takes all the trying to think about what to play out of it. It's like I miss it when it's not on. Actually, that's one. The other thing is, over the years, I have been looking for a way to transcribe more and more because I'm auditory and I like dictating rather than trying to do it on the computer because it engages my right brain more. And I've been looking for transcription. I have finally found one that is inexpensive and fast and accurate called Temi, T-E-M-I.
Okay.
It's even better than the one I found last month. I mean, I'm thrilled. I had a 2-hour interview that I had it back within an hour at 10 cents a minute for like $7, and it was 99% accurate. It's just I'm dictating everything these days.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So and the price is amazing.
The price is amazing. and when you download it, you can you can play it as well as read it.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, I'm testing too, and I think I've told you about that. I'm also testing Microsoft on the 365 platform just came out with a dictate function on all the different apps. So I'm testing that to see
I'll be curious.
on my book writing project that I'm doing. I want to see if I can do it that way and cut out the middleman and at least get it pretty close. To get the rough ideas out there.
I'll be curious to hear.
It's interesting, but I mean, even if it's $7, it's nothing.
Oh no.
How do people get a hold of you?
LinkedIn is probably the fastest, easiest way. CC Mullen on LinkedIn.
That's Mullen, right?
Mullen,
All right.
Thank you.
Well, and we'll have...
And CC is just CC.
CC, we will have right down below in the show notes page, we'll have all this information inside those show notes so that you can, if you're watching this on our website or if you're watching this in YouTube, it's all going to be right down below there. Cece, thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
Jeff.
appreciate you coming out
Total
today.
pleasure.
Excited to see what happens here over the next 6 months.
Me too.
Because I've seen the first 6 months have been fun, so I can't wait to see the next 6 with your business.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you to all of you who've been listening.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a good day, and we will see you here next week.